I feel like these can go in here. Glasses. I don't want to wear glasses. Hi friends. I'm like cleaning my messy studio right now. It has been like months of not cleaning it. I feel like when all of like the celebrity stuff came in, like the Chapel Roan and Lady Gaga, all of that, like we just like made such a mess in here. This is my like apothecary style cabinet where I have all of my supplies. And like little like tidbits like these were originally for Chapel Roan's Met Gala after party look. And we just have like little things like this everywhere, like kind of just like shoved in the studio, and like I cannot function like this anymore. So I'm gonna like desperately try to get my space back in order. Have you ever thought of designing an abaya? I haven't designed an actual abaya, but my assistant in LA, she is Muslim. She's from Turkey. She's like literally the sweetest person I've ever met. But I made a lot of like very modest dresses for her, and she helped me design some fun things. So like, not like exactly, but kind of. I had everything labeled in here thinking that this was going to like help me with keeping things organized. It didn't, obviously. Hello guys. Hello Sherry, Lori, Elsa, bonjour. Barbara, oh my Mia, Mrs. Granger, Artie. Hi Skippy John Jones. I just like have so many things I don't know what to do with in here. Also, I never go live. I used to do this a lot, and then like life just got so busy, and now I just don't go live anymore. I forgot it's kind of fun to like hang out. Good morning. One Merciless Ming and Pippi Long. Hello from New York. I'm also in New York. New to New York. I've been in New York like maybe a year at this point. Actually, I think it's been exactly a year. And honestly, I love the city. I'm having kind of a hard time being where we live outside of the city. It sometimes just feels like I'm a little too young to be in the town we're in, but we really like the house we're in. So, I don't know. Like maybe that will sort itself out later. We've been in major renovation mode. So like the house has just been a train wreck. And we've kind of just been trying to like get everything back in order so we can like actually live in the house and not just live when we're like trying to escape the house. I feel like I need like a little shelving unit in here also to see all of these, because there's so many of them. Get little organizing boxes. Here's the thing, is organizing boxes would be great, but like I really just wanted this to feel super aesthetic. And like that's why I've sourced all these like vintage jars and things. Like the whole idea was that it was supposed to be vibey. I mean, honestly, when it's done up, it does look like a little potions cabinet, but what I really want to find, and I cannot seem to find for like less than like a few $1,000s, which seems so stupid to me, but is the vintage store, like the organizing units for stores, like where they used to sell like threads. It would be like a spool holder, and like they had them with like little like apothecary drawers. I really want that because I have like, what you don't see on camera is like boxes and boxes and boxes of like trims and like fabrics and like little notions and things, like random trims like this, like that are just like chilling down here that I don't know what to do with. And I just like, they're so expensive. I mean, they're really cool, but also like, I don't think they're sometimes so large, I don't think that I could get it into my studio because my studio is on the third level of the house and the windows don't open all the way. And like, I'm like, I can't hoist it up. So like, I don't know, it's tricky, but yes, if that's what you're talking about, I would love to have that on top of this, but I can't find one. They're also just like, I think a kind of rare commodity. Okay, let's see. Who's your back guy? What's the most bizarre outfit that you've been asked to create? Let me see. I think that I've been asked to make somebody's grandmother's funeral outfit, like for the casket. I mean, that's not really weird, but it was a little more intimate than I wanted to get. With somebody that I didn't know. When I was younger, remade the Lady Gaga meat dress out of like a deer hide to win a contest to go to her show. So that was a weird one for sure. Which designers would I say inspired me the most? You know, when I started making clothing, I don't think it was really, I mean, I liked to make clothing. I really just wanted to be on Project Runway in the beginning. I didn't actually think it would happen. But the thing that like I always found so inspiring was the Chanel runway shows that they used to do in like the early 2000s with like, they made like an airport inside of the Grand Palais, I think is where it is. And they also did like the underwater and had like Florence Welch from Florence and the Machine come out of like an oyster and perform. Like the old Marc Jacobs shows, like the Louis Vuitton when he was there. So those to me, I always like the theatricality of the shows. I always thought was like pretty incredible. Also, you're asking if I went to the Lady Gaga show. I did. I won. Oh, I dropped my microphone, sorry. But I thought that was pretty crazy. Is it overwhelming to get asked by celebrities to make their concert outfits? Yes. It is truly like the most like rewarding experience to see your work on such a big stage. It is so high pressure though. The minute I get asked to do it, I get like instant anxiety and then I panic the whole way through it until it's done, which I wish that I could have a better reaction to it, but like things move so fast and there are so many people that have opinions and so many specific things that need to be changed, and the timelines are always, I think, a little unfair for the artist, if I'm honest. It's a hard job. It's like so hard. It's the most exposure I think you can actually get as a costume designer. But like, it's like, I don't know, you just cry a lot. I don't know how else. I wish I could say it was different, but it's kind of not. It's really hard, but it is also, like I said, really rewarding. So like, I don't know, it's a give and a take. I learn a lot. I learn a lot about what I don't like to do, what I do want to do. I've taken some time from doing them because I think I just kind of needed a second. Over the course of like 3 months, we did, maybe 2 months actually, we did an after party look for the Met Gala for Chapel. We did a custom look for Lady Gaga for a private show for YouTube. We did Chapel's tour look. I did 2 Shakira looks. Like in 1 week, we saw Lady Gaga perform in a look and Shakira perform in a look live. Mind you, I spent 12, 15 years of my life sewing, making clothing, and never had a celebrity wear anything. So like all of this happened at literally one single time, which is so crazy to me. But yeah, it's a really, looking back, I'm like, I cannot believe we held it together for that. But like I look around at like my studio and like what our life looks like outside of work, and I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Like we couldn't even like keep it organized, let alone try to enjoy it. Okay, inside of the jars, these are just notions. Like these are grommets. This is hot glue sticks. It's just stuff to make clothing, honestly, and it's like my little fun way of keeping everything organized. I wanted to make a video about how, like this is my adhesive jar, so like E6000 is in here for crystals, Gorilla Glues, tacky glues, tapes. This tape should probably also go in here, but okay. Alterations are so tricky. Honestly, if you can do an alteration, you can do anything. Because I think most of the time alterations are wedding dresses, and there's so much pressure with a wedding dress. I have so much respect for people that do alterations because it's so intimidating to take something apart and then try to put it back together. I feel like that is like anybody that can, most of the time, I think the best seamstresses are the ones that can actually do alterations. It's so hard to do. Yeah, a little potions making, but for sewing, exactly. Favorite garments to make? I really love making corsetry. I just redid. It's actually, I think it's coming out on YouTube in a couple of days, but I did a really cool collaboration where I recreated a really famous painting. And we shot and filmed the whole thing in 180 VR. So like you can like look around my space, which is really cool. So I love, and I got to make a really beautiful corset for that. That was my little tie-in. What have you worked with that you refuse or choose not to work with again, and why? I mean, honestly, nothing is off limits. Like, there's definitely stuff that I avoid, or like I won't even present to a client because I know that it's gonna suck to work with. Silk velvet is really hard because you can't press it, and like if you're making a structured garment, like it's like kind of impossible. Also, like beaded things, I kind of sometimes will avoid for clients because you have to smash them and it's really messy, and it's, while it's a beautiful garment, it's like really hard to do. So I don't always love to do that. I think it just like really takes a lot out of you. And also the little glass shards get all over your studio, and I really hate that. And then there's like, there's stuff in here where I'm like, what do I even do with it? I don't have a jar for it. These can go in here. So this is like such a funny photo. This is like my favorite photo of my mom. I'm sure she'll love that I'm putting this on blast, but this is her in the 80s, smoking a cigarette, just living her best life in Kentucky. Isn't that hilarious? So I keep that up here as a little inspiration. I used to be a wild child, and now I'm not. So, insane creative burnout. How do I deal with it? Oh my God. Okay, well, yeah, I do. I feel like I'm there right now, if I'm totally honest. I have not been producing anything. I have not been putting out videos. I feel like terrible about it. My management's also not happy about it, and I understand why, but truly, like, I still am making, every month I do sewing patterns on my Patreon. I'm still teaching people how to sew on Patreon. I'm still posting polls. I'm still active, but like, I just like have not wanted to do any like side projects for just fun lately. I think between the renovation, between the creative burnout, between just like the adjustment of moving from California to New York, I've been really burned out. And I feel guilt about it because like this is how I pay my bills, right? I make clothing, I make videos, like I'm a content creator as much as I'm a designer, but like I need to like get it together. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a human also, so like we travel a lot. We were just gone for 6 weeks, and I know that sounds like so crazy. It's like it is such a luxury to be able to do that. But really, when we travel, like we do it pretty cheaply. We'll stay in like, you know, budget hotels and take trains rather than fly and whatever. But yeah, I just like traveling is like my favorite way of kind of getting energized. But weirdly, I came back from like 6 weeks of travel, and I still wasn't ready to work. So I'm like, uh-oh, something's wrong. But I will get it together and figure it out. I don't know what to do with all this wire. I have all this gold wire. I don't even know what we bought it for, but I don't really have the appropriate place to put it. When am I gonna do a live stream with my husband? Well, he's not my husband yet. He proposed to me on a train in London, like one of those murder mystery, like the Orient Express style trains, and it was like so cute. It was a murder mystery. It was like literally the cutest thing. But he'll do a live stream with me. I actually think he's downstairs with the dog right now. Oh yeah, we got a dog. She's really cute. She's a long-haired miniature dachshund. She is like literally the cutest little thing, but like adapting to having a dog is so different than not having a dog. After dealing with a dress that's giving you an issue and alter, I'd rather be working on my own designs. Yeah, but what's kind of crazy though is like, I don't feel like, I don't even like want to make anything right now, which is so crazy. One thing that is happening, like we haven't like announced it yet. It's not like an official thing, but so like obviously we're gonna get married. We're gonna do it next year. I can't do a faux wedding because Chris's family, my fiance, they're a big Italian family, and like weddings are a really big deal to them up here. So I can't do that. But we are gonna do our wedding next year, and because it's like a whole thing, everyone expects a lot out of us. I'm gonna make all of the dresses for all of the bridesmaids, I think. So, I mean, I will make videos out of that, and like hopefully some sponsors come in to help pay for the wedding. Weddings are it's expensive for no reason. Honestly, I think it's such a crime. But I'm excited to have one. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Like, what am I even gonna do with all of this stuff? These are notions. Yeah, well, I'm hoping to make, so the idea I had leading up to it is like we'll make all of the dresses for all of the bridesmaids, and then we'll reveal the dress like on a dress form, and then we will like reveal the dresses at the wedding also. So like you won't really know who it's for. You'll just like see it at the event, and then like, I don't know, I think it'll be kind of fun, and it keeps everyone like in the loop of like what's going on. Oh, this will be really good. This little container for the tips for the E6000. I don't know if you've ever worked with E6000, but like sometimes there's like a beading kit and it has like this little nozzle on it, and it makes like getting like little crystals like cleanly glued on. So this will be good for that. Always wanted to make, but could never find anything I needed. I think when I was younger, like I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, and I didn't have a lot of access to materials. Like we had like a Hancock Fabrics for a while, they went out of business. Then we had a Joanne Fabrics, obviously they went out of business, not while I was there, but I just kind of made do with what I had, honestly. I think the internet has, I think it's like made the ability to find references really easy, and so what that means is that like you want to make harder things or more intricate things, and I think I just honestly, when I started sewing, I was just doing it in such an intricate time. This is my glitter drawer, which is also going to double as my stamp drawer, I guess. I don't really know. Also, I definitely wish somebody could do this organization for me, because it's like, I hate doing this. It's just like moving things around and hoping that it makes sense. Did I put a label on that? No. Those will be easy to find, I think. This little thing, I think, will be good in... Where will I be able to find this? I have, what's crazy is I have like 5 other organizational things in the studio that you don't see yet. Like all the threads, I hate that the threads are in here. I wish that they were all out. I don't know where, but I have a thread holder up here that doesn't hold all of the threads, which is silly. But is there a up here? Red. This little cream one can go here. Specific celebrity I want to design for. I would love to make something for Florence Welch. I won't lie to you, like, this is kind of what I've been feeling lately, but we've had a couple of experiences. Also, none of this is with Chapel, so I just want to preface that, but I've had a couple of experiences lately with working with celebrities that have made me kind of sad that I agreed to do it, because I view them a little differently after working with them. And so, like, there's also some celebrities that I'm like, I would rather just keep them as, like, my special place. And not, you know? Also, hi, Priscilla. My coffee. I guess I'm gonna have to put the other wires in the adhesive drawer. I need an organizer. Have I got room for a public thread rack? No. So my studio is an A-frame. I can actually like, it's an A-frame the whole way down, which is like vibey, but it's terrible for a wall space because I can't hang anything on the walls. But I have these. I want to find, there are these like old school style, like a thread spool, like a spinning rack. It looks like a store fixture. And I kind of want one of those. I like, in my head, my ideal studio looks like a shop, like a store where I can like shop for the things that I need. But finding the fixtures is like so tricky. Yeah, I've got like a lot of these are like Mason style jars too. I mean, I've got like some of the vintage ones. I've got like the apothecary style jars. A little bit of everything. Really, the problem lies in these drawers. If I'm totally honest. I'm like embarrassed to even pull this out. All of my drawers look like this. Like, I'm just a creative. I am just as messy as the next one. I just never show you guys. But like, this is literally just trims. Like, they're just thrown in here. Ribbons and beads. This is all Shakira. This is all Chapel Roan. Like, I mean, it's just like Lady Gaga stuff. Like, it's all just stuff that's just been thrown in here. So, it's not that I haven't looked on eBay, but it's that the cases are so large that like, I don't even know what it would cost to ship it to me. Probably a small fortune. But all my crafts. How do I feel about making so many outfits for Chapel Roan? I love it. I mean, have you seen the outfits that she wears? Not even just mine, but like in general. Also, they've been working a lot with this designer duo, James and Ace, to make her other tour outfits for this tour, and like I think they're just like so talented and so cool. Like, I met them when I was doing my look. We were all in the same space, and they were just like so kind and like accommodating, and I like think they're so talented. They're so cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate you letting me know that I'm an inspiration. It's like sweet to hear, especially because it's like you spend so much time like working in studio space, like you forget like there's other people. I'm literally just another creative. I just like started posting my stuff, and that's how it all started. I truly feel like my trajectory could literally just be anyone's trajectory. Like, if you want it, you can get it. I'm like running out of things to put in here. Oh wait, just kidding. Hold on. I'm gonna put this down so I can go get the other jars. I have a couple other jars. So. Okay, these are just labels. I guess I should put the mic back on. So these are just labels, which I like to put up a tall snap parts. This could actually be anything. These are just crystals, which I don't... These were in here for decor. I did this project recently where we filmed in my studio, and so like we kind of made a mess. And like, what do I do with these? I don't even have a jar for them. Like, maybe like a little bag. Like, it's just bags of stuff. Crazy. I hate that. Live stream I didn't expect but love. I haven't gone live in like years, honestly. And like lately, I think I felt just like a little disconnected from everything. So I was like, let me just go live and say hi. Like, I think like when my platforms started to grow so much, I felt like I wasn't allowed to be like a normal human on them, which is so silly because like I felt like I had to be like so professional or whatever, and I'm like, I don't actually have to do that. I can do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just as like all over the place as every other creative, and I don't know. I don't have to be anything I don't want to be. I have to remind myself of that sometimes. Or pretend to be something that I'm not. That's something I'm really... Like, I go to these events with all these other, like, influencers, and, like, they take it so seriously, and, like, I just don't care. I know that's... I don't feel like I'm, like, so fancy, or, like, I need to, like, prove anything. Like, I just, like, want to be an artist. And you know what's even crazier is, like, I feel like I don't fit in the like designer space, like the fashion design space, and I don't feel like I fit in the costume design space, mainly because they're so like cliquey. And I am obviously like not, I mean, I make content, but like when I go to these events, I don't really feel like a content creator. So like, I just think I feel like I relate most to the DIY space, because like that's kind of how I've always like lived my life. It's just doing DIY. And there's not that there's anything wrong with that, but like DIY people like live in their own little space at home. It's not like they like get together or do like big events or anything. What do I want to put in here? I have a lot of chain, but I think that's too much for this little. These are just buttons. But you know what? The buttons can go in the button thing, I think. Make your own space always. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I do anyway. It just like sometimes I feel like what do you do with it, you know? Like I think like beyond like putting it out into the space, I'm starting to meet other people that are also just being creatives and like doing their own thing. That's been really nice. Like I don't know if any of you follow Gertie. She also has a sewing pattern business, but like she and I have been really connecting. It's been really nice to have somebody else that does it. Favorite place I've traveled to, probably Tokyo. Not actually, no, probably Kyoto, Japan. I also really had a good time in Prague when we went, and not even like for party Prague, but like it just felt so like whimsical. Like maybe because I'm American, we always kind of look for like the Disneyfication of things. But I really just like loved how animated it was when we went. Edinburgh, Scotland felt like I had stepped into Harry Potter. That for me was like a huge highlight, because I just like, I love that like kind of like dark whimsical world. I really like Oxford. Oxford is also dark and spooky. Look at this little mini dress I made a couple years ago. Just chilling up in here. It's like, honestly, it was so much fun to make. And it even has like the bottoms up like a dress form, which is so funny. I didn't make the dress form. Someone that I was seeing at the time years ago made it. It's just like so many crystals. That's what happens when you make stagewear. You just always buy crystals. A little fairy hut. Yeah, no, I actually kind of feel like that's what my studio feels like. What video am I most proud of? Honestly, I think that the first Chapel Roan video I ever did, the swan look, that video I'm really, really proud of, because it was the first time I felt like I had made it, you know? This thing I'd always wanted had happened. I feel like that for me was like the pinnacle. I posted it. I saw it doing really well, which like I hate to say it, like, but like it did feel good for it to do well. But I remember posting it. I watched it the night before live on Jimmy Fallon, The Tonight Show, and then I posted the video the next day, and I like had a moment in the car where I just kind of like cried, and not a bad cry. It just kind of felt like a release of like, you never know if they're going to use something. I spent weeks making it. No, that was a lie. I spent days making it, but I spent weeks kind of like leading up to it, designing it, getting ready for it. Then I made it. They actually used it. It was on TV. No one could take it away from me. And that was a moment I was like, wow, like I really have made it. So that's what I'm really, 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 really proud of. Of everything, I think it's maybe my favorite video I've ever done. Hello from Brazil. A very fashionable Barbie, yeah. Yeah, the chapel look with her face on it. Yeah, that one's really fun. Honestly, I like that one a lot too, because Chris and I got to work on that together. We work on everything together, but that really, like, we were both in that, you know? Like, it was his craft he spent years perfecting with painting. And that was a really, really, really cool video to make. It was hard. That was a hard job, but really, really, really cool video to make. I'm missing like lids. I have random lids here that don't fit any of these, and then I have random jars that don't have the right lid. I do want all of this thread to leave here so I can have this space back. I don't know where it's going, but it's going out of here. Behavior trees in video games. Man, I wish I had time or the energy to play a video game, or like I get into them and I don't know, I don't connect with them. I will tell you though, the one thing I do play, which I think is so funny, but like I still will play Roller Coaster Tycoon on my iPad, especially like when I'm traveling. It's like the only thing I allow myself to kind of like veg out to and like not, like, I don't know, don't even turn it on. I just enjoy what I'm doing. Thank you, Mariel. That is so, so, so sweet. I appreciate you. So many treasures. Yeah, I mean, so many treasures and so many like little messes to clean up, honestly. Miscellaneous lids. Yeah. Honestly, there's so many like relatable things about it too, because it's like, I know some of you are really organized, and for that I'm proud of you, but I am so not organized. Like, parts of my studio are, the parts that are on camera I keep pretty organized, but man, when you're in one of these projects, I don't know how to tell you, you just like lose yourself making the garments. Like, I just like, it's like whatever it takes to get it done is what you'll do. Like, there's no other way to do it. Oh, Cyber Gamer, I love that you watched my video with Shay. We had so much fun. Before I moved, Shay and I like really connected, and she would come over and hang out at the house, and like, we had so much fun together. We made so many cool things and like fun videos, and I am gonna post later today my first video in a while. I made this like really, really beautiful corset style bodice. It's more of a bodice and less of a corset. It just has the lace-up feature, if I'm honest, in the back, but it has these giant kind of like Edwardian sleeves on it. And it's just like really, 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 really pretty. I love it. The sewing pattern. I also just launched my new website after 3 years of making it. That's something that was also kind of stressing me out, is that I paid someone like a lot of money to make a website, and I paid them a lot because I don't know what a website costs. I don't know anything about it, and I think they took advantage of me. And then I also didn't get my website from them for, I don't know, 3 years, and I finally just hired somebody else to like take it over and finish it, so that's good. You can go to, it's just gunnerjethridge.com, but I worked really hard on it. If you guys want to look at it, you don't have to buy anything, but it's just sewing patterns anyway. But I just like really busted my butt trying to get all the imagery there. Chris shot everything for me, and he retouched all the photos, and I don't know, it has been a labor of love. Like, we have just like been pushing really hard to like, what is this? Like, this can be thrown away. Making long flowing sleeves for my costume from thrift store curtains. Fun. Honestly, the best fabrics to find are from thrift stores, because in the curtain section, like, it's usually enough to make something cool out of it. And a lot of the times you can just find vintage fabrics, and they just, I know everyone says this, but like, they just don't make fabrics like they used to. Aren't these so pretty? These are real crystal. I got them for this project I'm doing for recreating a John Singer Sargent painting, which is really fun. Sorry, I'm like getting over my sinus issues too, so if I'm sniffly, that's why. Oh, an Edwardian ball, that's fun. You know what's actually really fun? When we were in the UK, we went to Bath. We drove down, and while we were there was like the beginning of the Jane Austen Festival. Not that that's, I don't think that's Edwardian, I don't know. I'm not a history buff in that way, but it was really, really cool to see the amount of people walking around in costume, and I don't know, it was really, really cool. I really loved it. It feels like you stepped back in time a little bit. Bath is like so cool. Also, there is a 3-level day spa there that is like, I like couldn't recommend it more if I tried. It's got like a whole floor is a whirlpool, and then the next floor is steam rooms, the next floor is saunas, and it's co-ed, so everyone's respectful, and like, I don't know, I just really loved it. Yes, I would make an outfit for Taylor Swift. The tricky thing is like most of the time with, I view it a little weird with larger celebrities because they've already worn so many outfits. It's like hard to have an outfit that's just like, whoa. Like I feel like I'm so blessed to have had so many incredible moments with Chappell Roan because she was blowing up as I got the chance to work with her. And I feel like some of my looks are like in her, like, you know, like if she were to do a Vegas show in 20 years, some of the looks we did will be there. And that's really, really cool. Because they're like looks that kind of, I don't know, blew up with her. Like this is a whole little Chappell Roan bag right here. Actually, she's everywhere in the studio. These are like the ribbons from her little bloomers. But I guess I was trying to say that about Taylor Swift is that I would love to make something for her. I think she has the money to pay well too, which is nice. Not that Chappell doesn't, but it's just expensive to make something. Like I don't think people understand, like when you have like 4 or 5 people working in your studio, like we don't pay them like we pay really well. And I pay for like travel time too and all of that. And so when you have 4 or 5 people working and you're paying for lunches and then there's the supplies and it's expensive to make something, especially when it takes like a week to do it. It's easy to spend like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in just labor. Is your YouTube your main income? No, I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think it makes me any money. I make a little bit of money with the views, but like my main income is probably my Patreon, and then the brand deals that I do for Instagram. But I try to only take brand deals I really believe in, or that I really like, or that I use. I don't try to promote anything that I don't use, but it's hard to do. Like when someone offers you money, and as long as the company is like not scandalous or tied up in something, then I'll usually like, if I can spin it in a way that I believe in, I'll do it. Mainly also because I just like, I don't know, I want to pay my bills. Oh, and these are so cute. This is how we told Chris's family that I proposed to him in New Zealand. We did this thing where these were hidden, and this is the card, and it says he asked on this side, which is like literally a photo of when I asked him to marry me in New Zealand. And then the side is where he said yes. And this is like in Queenstown. It just like is so picturesque and like beautiful. But I like that these cards are up here. I think they're really, really cute. I'm really excited to marry him. I'm excited to have a very theatrical over the top wedding. Any tips for improving the durability of performance costumes? Yes, actually, I have some tips. The first one is that you can never rely on a single stitch, ever. I will do 2 to 4 stitches next to each other, directly on top of each other, to make sure that something is going to like really stick. So I always do that. Also, always build in stretch in places you think you'll need it. In the crotch area, in the back of the straps, around the waist, like you absolutely need stretch even on non-stretch things. These are so cute. I love that all of these are up here. This was from his birthday party where we told everybody. I thought that was really fun. We did like a whole little photo booth for people. It was cute. Given the chance, would you design for an outfit for, and what occasion or event? I think the only event that I like really want to design something for that I haven't already designed something for is the Met Gala. I think it just feels like the pinnacle of my industry, if I'm honest. And so like I really would like to design something for that. Mainly, I think it's like a rite of passage, and it's something that like only people that pay get to go do. So fashion is pay to play. It's not, nobody is like gifted an opportunity unless someone's paying for you. It's like 50 grand to go to that event. So if I could get something designed, I will never pay that to have something in the event. I don't believe in that. But if someone would like to pay for my way to design something for that or have my design on them there, I'll do it. But that's the only event, I think. Am I going to design both of our wedding outfits? No, I'm going to design mine. Chris wants to design his. He really wants to have it like hand beaded somewhere in like a beading company. Like, I don't know. We'll have to source somebody to do that for him. But we are designing every one of our bridesmaids on both sides, all of their looks, which I'll probably regret later, but whatever. It's like a really crazy thing to commit to. Let's see, any other questions? Is it fun time traveling when attended vintage and cosplay events? I've never actually attended one, although when Chris proposed to me on the train in London, it was 1930s themed, and that was really fun. And it was murder mystery, and like it was really, really cool. Making a veil, good for you. Do you ever design more mask or male looking outfits? I mean, for clients, yeah, all the time. I feel like when I'm posting videos that people just want to see dresses, and so I do a lot of dresses. Also, I think they're more fun to make. Menswear has a lot of rules. I mean, everything's meant to be broken, right? But like, there's a lot more like specific things that people look for in menswear versus women's wear. Hobby Lobby and Michaels. I don't know where else to go. Any recommendations? Etsy. Honestly, it's Joanne going out of business. I think is like the biggest tragedy that ever happened to the craft community, mainly because they had absorbed everyone and then they went out of business. And so it's just like devastating for the crafting community. I'm just going to speak this out loud and hope it comes into existence. But I've been working with Michaels in the past. I've done sponsorships with them. I have a really good relationship with them, but I would really love to curate a collection for fabrics for Michaels for every store. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if they're going to be into it. They did acquire Joanne, which means that they have the vendors, they have all of the things in place, but I'm really trying to bring back the idea of a fabric store because like it was profitable. It was never unprofitable. It just private equity ruined it. So I would like to do that. I'm going to speak that into existence because I feel like it's important that people have ability to have crafts and stuff. They do just focus on quilters, and not that I mean, quilting is sewing. It is, however, like I never use cottons. I at least want to do like a basics collection, like, you know, silk satins, charmeuses, different weights of those, chiffons, laces, and some sequins. You know what I'm saying? Like the fancier events, because like that's usually what people do, cosplay or fancy events. That's like the highest amount of like sewing that there is. Online Mood Fabrics in New York City is another great. Mood is great. Mood is just so expensive. Like, it's like outrageous. Like sometimes they're like, there are actually beaded fabrics in there that are like $1,200 a yard, $1,500 a yard. And I'm like, it's just like unsustainable, honestly. What fabrics do I frequently use? I use a lot of silk and I use a lot of velvet. Spoonflower, Spoonflower is great, also expensive, but they do really pretty prints and there's a lot of fabrics on there. I'm so sad they don't have any sewing tables anymore. They just have pre-cut fabrics only for quilters. I know. I want to work with them on fixing that. I want to provide a fabric store. If I had the money, I would open up my own. Honestly. What a funny question. If I were to eat a color, what would I eat? I think pink is pretty appetizing as far as eating a color goes. Thank you. I'm glad that you love the dress I did for Shakira. Honestly, they're so fun to work with. I love her team. It was supposed to make something, well, not supposed to, they asked me to make something for Global Citizen in New York. And I just we had just gotten home and I just needed the break, so I didn't do it. At the moment, I'm not taking on customs. I'm just trying to get my creative juices flowing again. Hello from the Netherlands. I was just there. That was part of our trip that we were just on. We were in, we obviously went to Amsterdam, Rotterdam, but I loved Utrecht. God, it was so cool. Such a quaint, pretty little city. Like, it was gorgeous. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Oh my God, Etsy is terrible about that. They'll be like, oh my God, yeah, it's only $4 a yard, and it's not, it is only for the swatch. Also, I think things are just only getting more expensive, which stinks. Still don't know what to do with these little... Like these stickers, I just like don't need them. And I dropped a spool. There it is. We're making some progress though. It is looking better. I mean, I'm not going to get to this today because I just don't have a place to put it, but the Jasmine costume. Oh my God, that was actually so cute. Sweet Pea is such a sweet little girl. Oh my gosh, I love working with neoprene. It's really forgiving. And I need some more places to put stuff. But I'm feeling pretty good about the progress today. I have some stuff to put in here that I'm like, I don't really want it out or on the table, but I don't really know where else to put it or what to do with it. Favorite celebrity to work with? I think I don't really have a single favorite. I really love Chapel's looks are amazing. I like that they allow me to do such weird things. Shakira's team is really great. The biggest triumph we did was making something for Lady Gaga. That to me was like healing for me as like a child, my inner child. Who gave me the most liberty? Honestly, Lady Gaga. I think that they were just kind of like, they took a sketch that we liked. They didn't ask for any alterations or anything. Projects planned for Halloween. I'm gonna redo some of my sewing projects. My friend Erin asked me to go to Heidi Klum's Halloween party. I haven't said yes because like I just don't know if I have it in me to make something for myself like that. I never make anything for myself, but that could also be fun. Did I find it hard not to repeat designs and how to keep it fresh when designing for different people, but also keep your personality in your work? That's a really hard one because you do bounce around. Like I find that if I just have ideas for things and I run with them, that's when I feel like the looks feel the most me. And that's kind of an interesting thing. Like if I love it, then I feel like it looks like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I don't love it, that's when I have a hard time making something. So I always try to just present something. If I present 4 to 5 options, I just like make sure that I love all of them. And then that's like, I don't know how else to make it look like me, you know? If I could design for anyone, past or present, who would it be? I think, oh, that's so tricky. You know, I think it would have been really fun to design like early costumes that are still seen. Like if I could go back, Princess Diana would obviously be really fun to have done her wedding dress. I think like if I could claim an iconic like look in history, that's what I would like to do. More than a person, but like a moment where people were just like losing it. I really would have to think, honestly, maybe Cher. Maybe like early Cher would have been a really fun one to do. I mean, I think I relate a lot to Bob Mackie in the sense of like, I think he always approached things from like a costuming standpoint, even though he was working in fashion, and like he really liked to make moments versus not. And to me, I feel like that really like feels like me. Love Shania Twain. Honestly, my mom and I talked about at the wedding our mother-son dance doing Man, I Feel Like a Woman, because like when I was in high school, when I came out, we would dance around cleaning the house in high heels. And also, I was in Kentucky, so keep this in mind, but we would like drink Bud Lights in the summer and like clean the house in heels and like to Shania Twain. And that's like such like a fond memory of being like 18 and like liberated, even though that's not the drinking age here, but whatever. It was a different time. It was like 25 years ago. Not really 25 years ago, it was like almost 20 years ago. I love Madonna. Honestly, more than designing for Madonna, I would have loved to have just been at the time to go to her Confessions on a Dance Floor. That tour would have been a lot of fun. I didn't make the red and white mushroom dress. I think maybe that was Sarah Hambley or Shay, Crescent Shay. It was one of the two of them that did the mushroom dress. Yeah, the tariffs are super real. You definitely will get a bill for it. So tricky. Have I ever had a creative block? Yeah, I'm in one right now. I'm trying to organize my space to get through it. That's all you can do. I will say, I've been on here for about 50 minutes. I actually have to go into the city today, I need to go to Mood. And I need to get fabrics for a little witchy dress I'm doing for my Patreon, which I don't know if you guys are on Patreon or if you know what it is, but it's like mainly how I support myself, but it's also where I release my sewing patterns, I teach my tutorials, I do all kinds of things on there, so check that out. But yeah, I have to go get fabric for that today and fabric for another client, and we're gonna do some swatches for the wedding. So start to put together a color board and all of that. But I need to go like get ready. I look terrible, which is like the perfect time to go live. But thank you for hanging out with me while I did my little cabinet. I'm gonna go maybe buy some more jars too so I can like finish it out. But I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna do this again. This was fun. I needed this actually. So I will talk to you guys so soon. I'm gonna like end my little live here if that's okay, if I can figure out how to.